Good afternoon. I'm Kathleen Leos, CEO and co-founder of the Global Institute for Language and Literacy Development. It's great to be back with you once again to talk about some new features and new concepts of the Every Student Succeeds Act, or ESSA. Over the past several months, several of us have been looking at analyzing different parts of the law itself. And what I've noticed from other advocacy groups, researchers, et cetera, is that they're really into looking at the specifics of the implementation of different aspects of the law itself, really kind of down to the nuts and bolts. But one of the things I wanted to focus on today, before talking about some of those specifics, is the actual shift in the concept of the new law itself. We have moved in ESSA away from compliance, away from real strict accountability measures from a punishment aspect, to a new concept, or I'd say a strengthened concept, called equal access. What ESSA really supports and facilitates and explores is equal access to high quality education for all students, especially English language learners. And that's why this law is so exciting, and it's a superb piece of legislation that has been written and passed by Congress. Not without its flaws, but the fact that we are focused on equal access for all students, especially ELs, has placed particular emphasis in specific areas around language acquisition and its integration with academic content. In fact, when you think about it, it is the purest expression of the 1979 Supreme Court case law versus Nichols, which says that language may never be a barrier to academic content knowledge for language minority students. What it really also says is that districts at the local district level must offer all educational opportunities for ELs that give them equal access to every educational program that is available for all students at and within each district. So this is a bigger challenge in a lot of ways. It is tied to accountability, it is tied to goals, but the question is, what systems are we going to design and develop in order to ensure that our students, our English learners, do have equal access to these educational programs, and that language may not be a barrier to academic content knowledge. Now I want to get into some of the three specific areas where I think we need to focus over this next year on what are we doing and how are we doing this. First of all, what ESSA says is that regardless of whether there are waivers in place in your state or at the local district level, every English language learner must be in front of an effective teacher. What that means is that the teacher must be highly qualified, they have to be certified in their academic content area, and they have to be almost a specialist in understanding how to develop language and content simultaneously. Or they have to be language experts, truthfully. And this is a challenge to many of the districts who have put teams of teachers together, or ELs have not been in academic content classes where the teachers are not yet knowledgeable about delivering language and content at the same time, et cetera. But it does not give, ESSA does not give the district or the state the latitude to not have the student in front of an effective teacher. And what way and how can you determine whether your teachers are effective is taking a look at data. And data becomes really key, and data collection, data analysis, and understanding data becomes really key in delivering equal access to equal opportunity for ELs. I want to come back to effective teachers and how to use your data to determine effective teaching. And I'm not talking about evaluation, I'm talking about professional development and what teachers need. But the other area that's really important to understand is that it specifically states in both Title III and in Title II of ESSA that data must be collected at the item level. So if I'm looking at valid assessments and I'm looking at gathering the data, then I have to be able to gather that data at the item level, because it says that the data that's collected at the item level will inform instruction, must inform instruction. And parents have a right to look at that data and the data analysis, as well as teachers, as well as administrators. So there's a shift on the implementing of equal access to equal educational opportunities. And it's really around data collection. And when you are working with a group and a team that understands what it means to collect data and valid data and clean data, and then teach others how to use and analyze that data to inform instruction, that's where a program and a company like Project L becomes really, really important. We work specifically with Project L because they really do understand, according to the law itself and according to what your local district needs are, how to collect the data, how to distribute the data, how to give you access to the data so that you can determine what your teachers need for professional development so that they are effective teachers, and so that your data that you will be looking at the item level from the assessments will be used to inform instruction and to help parents make a determination about how they can also support their child at home. The last area I want to talk about today is funding. Everybody talks about how to use Title III funds, and it is clear that in ESSA, Every Student Succeeds Act, the law states that you may use your funding in flexible ways. It's for a whole school comprehensive approach. It also targets individual student subgroups. The Title I funds are for all students, including ELs. Title II funds are for teachers, professional development, and supplemental materials. Title III funds are specific to ELs in combination with your Title I and Title II funds. And your Title III funds can be spent in different ways now that are not tied. I mean, yes, they are controlled by supplement versus supplant, but what we want to focus on is how do we provide that unique professional development to all teachers by analyzing data. And you can use your Title III funds because what you're really looking at is a different concept. Not necessarily a brand new concept, but it's equal access to equal educational opportunities for all students, especially English language learners. So after you have time to digest the information I've shared with you this afternoon, if you would like more information or have questions that you would like answered, please feel free to contact me through Project L, and their information is up on their website, or you can contact me through Kathleen Leos at gmail.com. You can flip over to our website at www.gild.com, gild.com, and please feel free to ask questions, and I will make myself available to answer any questions that you have. And have a wonderful, wonderful summer. Thank you.